thanks for joining us for another episode of Marvin's Motor City Garage. Today we're going to follow up on this awesome 67 GTO barn find. About a year ago we took this car in and it was sitting since 1978 in a garage. The original owner parked it. It's kind of a long story, but thankfully the family hung on to the car, and we basically mechanically went through the car to get it up and running again. If you watched your first video, it shows you the condition of the car when we started, and we kind of had some optimism that we could maybe just rebuild the carburetor and put some fresh gas in, but unfortunately the engine needed to be rebuilt, the transmission needed to be rebuilt. But I'm just going to walk you around, show you the car again, tell you some of the things we did, and we'll go from there. So as you can see, the car is unrestored. It's original paint. Basically we just cleaned it up, we polished it a little bit, touched up some of the rust. The owner wanted to just leave it kind of original, an original vinyl top. And of course, in some of the other videos we talk about with the original vinyl top, you can see it's got this plastic inlay. And you can see, I mean, this is really old, but it's still in there. And it just goes to show you how original cars had this plastic trim in here. But you can see the original pinstripe still on the car. You see how it stops short at the end, and it kind of has that skinny fat look all the way down. And the reason it's like that, they used a roller to put the stripe on, so as it rolled, sometimes it was skinny and fat, and that's exactly what we see here. And this is a Pontiac, Michigan built car, so this is considered to be the most proper stripe. Some of the other plants had wider stripes, but this is kind of like the stripe that is considered to be correct. And but yeah, it's all original. Basically we just cleaned the car. It was pretty nasty. You can see it still has the original 1978 plates on the car. Those are the last plates that were on the car when it was still on the road. So I'll just show you under the hood. So basically we rebuilt the engine. It's the original WS block, bored 30 over, new pistons, new cam and lifters, bearings, rings. The original carburetor still on there, the Quadrajet. And one thing really neat about the car, and I know we talked about it in the first video, but it is an HO, and it still has the original HO base plate, which is super hard to come by. It has the original 263 Quadrajet. We had that all professionally restored, and it's a HO, so it has the separate fuel filter arrangement with the vapor return hose. We also put the foam insulator back around the sending unit, and all that was still intact when the car came in. So we thought it'd be really neat to put all that back how it was. And again, this is not a concourse restoration. This is basically, let's get it back on the road kind of job. I decided to paint the black under the hood because it was just so rusty. I just thought it wouldn't be right to put this nice engine in with all this being rusty. So we did repaint all the black. It has the original ram air HO exhaust manifolds. You can see they're a little pitted, but they're the original. It's got the original 7-blade clutch fan, that's all there. And tried to get some of the details right. We went ahead and bought spring ring battery cables and put those on. It also still has the original clip holding the battery cable here, and that's a way you could tell the car's a real HO. An HO had a special battery cable that ran around the front of the engine because it had the larger exhaust manifolds. So they actually routed the cable up on the front of the inner fender well, and they put this clip here. So if you have a 67 GTO with a hole right here, that's a good way to determine if it's an HO car. We ended up adding power brakes to the car. The lady that owns it, she's the original owner's wife. She asked us if we could put power brakes on. The car had power steering from the factory, so we just put new hoses on. The pump was still good. Of course, we rebuilt the alternator and starter. It needed all that. We put a new engine harness on the car, and we put new belts and hoses, PCV valve, all the wearable items. We put an electronic breakerless SC ignition in the car, just to give it a little bit hotter spark. Rebuilt the transmission, new clutch. We went through the brakes, new brake lines, new fuel lines, new gas tank. We didn't have to rebuild the rear end. That was in good condition. We just drained the fluid and just added, resealed it basically. We made sure all the lights work, and basically just made the car roadworthy. I mean, she just wants to drive it as is, and you know, didn't really want to do a restoration. So I'll show you what we did with the interior. So in the first video, we showed the interior. It was really rough. The car sat in a garage since about 1978. Unfortunately, mice got in the car. They made a mess of the interior. They ate the headliner. Carpeting was destroyed. We did salvage the original seat covers. We scrubbed them, cleaned them to try to get the smell out. We put new foam and new lower springs just to kind of stiffen everything up. So the seats came out really nice. The back seat was in excellent shape. So we just recovered, not recovered it, we put new foam and burlap and cotton in the rear seat just to kind of fill that out. We put a new headliner in from Legendary. And of course, a new carpeting from Auto Custom Carpets. And the dash, we just cleaned it. We didn't even take it out really. Something kind of funny I noticed the other day. This might gross some people out, but it still has an ashtray full of cigarettes. So we did leave some of the originality in the car, but you know, that was back in the day, you know, when the cars were just everyday cars. And the guy that bought the car new, his name was Marvin, believe it or not. And he had a slip of paper. He had written down all the things he wanted on his GTO. He went to the Pontiac dealer, which happened to be Colonial Pontiac in Naperville. And it was right downtown, right by the river. And he went in and he ordered this GTO. Mariner Turquoise, 4-speed HO, rally gauges, custom sport steering wheel, rear seat speaker, AM radio. It did have the walnut knob from the factory, but this is something that he put on later. And power steering, posi, and I think that's about it. But all the right options. Perfectly optioned car in my opinion. Originally it had the dog dish wheels with red lines. We decided for now just to run black walls, but it's just neat that the car is still here with the original drivetrain. Even the key tag on the keys are still from the original dealer. It's got the stock number and everything on there, and it's just amazing that that's still on the car. We also have the original Protecto plate for the car, which we'll show in the video. And stay tuned, because later in the video we are going to unveil the car to the original owner's wife. Her name's Valerie, and it's going to be pretty exciting. She has not driven the car in over 50 years, so that'll be neat. So we'll see you in a little bit. Thanks for joining us. All right, we're sitting here with Valerie Dumser. She is the original owner's wife of the 67 GTO we just got done cleaning up. And Valerie, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about what you remember about the car, your husband, that kind of stuff. So this car was near and dear to him?
Oh yes. He had an old beater Ford for years when he was 16. And he worked and saved, and he was going to buy a Corvette.
Okay.
Decided to buy a GTO instead.
So what made him decide to buy a GTO, do you think?
I have no idea.
Maybe good advertising.
We were just started dating, so I really didn't know the background on it.
I see.
Other than the fact that he asked me one time what color I would like, and he showed me the color thing. And I picked out this lovely light green. He babied that car. When we went shopping, he parked 4 miles from the store, so nobody parked next to it could ding up the doors.
Wow, wow. So it was a daily driver for him.
Yeah, oh yeah, that was his car.
And what, just out of curiosity, what did he do? How old was he when he bought the car?
He was 21.
Okay, and what did he do for a living back then?
He was still in school.
Okay.
And then he was interning for a CPA company.
Okay.
And then the Army, he went in the Army.
Okay.
And became an officer.
Wow.
Yeah, that was during Vietnam, so everybody was drafted anyway, so he decided to go, because he had a college education, he decided to enlist because he wanted to be an officer.
Did he stay stateside?
He did until after we were married. He went to Korea, but
Okay.
he got out. He never had to go to Vietnam.
Got it. So obviously the car stayed in storage when he was in the service, and
Yeah, it went to his parents. He just parked at his dad's house.
got it. Yeah, a lot of guys had to give up their car when they went into the service, but that's
he
pretty neat
wouldn't
that
have
that's pretty neat that he kept it, you know.
He would not have given that up. As a
Wow.
matter of fact, when he was in basic training, as soon as he got out of basic training and was sent to Oklahoma, I believe,
Mhm.
he came back and got the car.
Okay.
So that he had it the entire time he was in Oklahoma, and then when he went to Virginia, and then back to Missouri. So he never was without his car.
Okay, that's great. So I noticed we found some paperwork in the car when we were cleaning it out, and I think you gave me some paperwork too. Of course, I have an original notebook piece of paper here, and this must be what he walked into the dealership with when he ordered the car.
I think so, and I gave Jennifer some paperwork too, which was also, it was from the dealership. It was
wow.
It was a more formal.
Really?
one.
Okay.
But it's the same amount of money.
Yeah, so this is, so it looks like he kind of sat down and kind of figured out what he wanted, a GTO with an HO engine, a
Right.
4-speed console, posi, power steering, vinyl top, AM radio. I mean, he really put some thought into what he ordered here. This
Oh
is
yes,
pretty neat.
that's how he was anyway. He thought about everything he did.
Yeah.
Well, and not only that, he worked hard, you know, to be able to afford the cars.
Mhm.
So he was getting what he wanted.
That's great. And the car was sold new at Colonial Pontiac in Naperville, Illinois. And if you're familiar with Naperville, it's a really nice area. And they have this river walk downtown that's pretty popular. And the dealership was right downtown in Naperville, right by the river walk. And you guys lived in St. Charles at the time?
Yes.
So they traveled down from St. Charles to Naperville. And we're not sure exactly why he ended up at that dealer, but that's where we bought the car, Colonial Pontiac. And also with some of this paperwork is the original Protecto plate. And as you know, that's a very neat thing to have. It's got his name in there. And something else, I don't know if we've mentioned this yet, the original owner's name is Marvin. And we just thought, how cool is that you guys chose our shop to get the car back on the road.
Well, Jennifer said that had she known that you existed when Mark was still alive,
Yeah.
we would have hooked up. And for one thing, I guess I called the Pontiac shop in Pontiac.
The museum.
Yeah, the museum.
Yeah, the
and I
Pontiac Museum.
asked her, and they gave me your name, and that's when I called you.
Wow. And you said Marvin. What? There's only 5 Marvins in the whole world, right?
That's about right.
You know?
I don't know that many.
Yeah, I'm Marvin Jr. actually,
But
but,
it would have been really super had this happened when he was around.
Well, hopefully he's looking.
Well, he wanted to fix it himself
Yeah.
because he knew how to fix everything. He never hired anybody to do anything. He
Okay.
always did it himself, and he was good with cars, and he could.
Mhm.
Well, cars were easier then. You had
Yeah.
a spark plug and you had a whatever, but
Exactly.
and you didn't need a machine to find out if your car was running.
Exactly. Yes. So and then a little bit. So the car. So he drove the car daily into the 70s.
Yeah, we parked it in '78
Okay.
because my older children got driver's licenses.
Yep.
And we figured that probably was destined to kill somebody because they drove fast.
Oh yeah, because 360 horsepower.
and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I had a Mustang, '67 Mustang, but it was a 4-cylinder, so that
Okay.
one went to my son because
Okay.
you couldn't go that fast anyway.
Yeah, understood.
So,
So the car sat in the barn down in Sibley?
in Chinoa.
In Chinoa, I'm sorry, in Chinoa, yes.
And yeah, it sat there until he passed away, and then moved it down to my garage in Bloomington
Mm-hmm.
and opened everything and ran out 4,000 mice, I think it was.
Yeah.
We never saw any of them, but we had nests.
Yeah, oh yeah,
I
it was
hauled mouse
bad.
nests out of that thing.
It was
But
bad.
just freaked Jennifer out.
So yeah, it looks like he probably parked it in like 77, 78, looking at the license plates on the car. And maybe just let it sit. I mean, the battery was still hooked
Well,
up.
the
and-
garage was a 2-car garage, and it was full of stuff.
Yeah. But it did save the car. You know, it's better than the car
Well,
sitting
yeah,
outside.
and most there was stuff around it you barely could get to it, so it wasn't going to get stolen. That's for sure. But the mice just loved it.
Yeah.
And we lived in the country, so it wasn't like we were controlling the mice.
Definitely.
Because we had a barn and other places where they all lived.
Yeah. Well, very. Thank you for sharing that with us, and
It was fun. It was a fun car.
yes. Well, hopefully we're gonna have some continued years of enjoyment with your daughter and granddaughter. You know, that'll be cool. It's neat that it's gonna. All right. So here it is.
I love it.
It's all clean. No more mouse smell.
Yeah, it smells new.
Yeah. And
That's
that
amazing.
and that's still all the original upholstery. We just
I
cleaned it
know,
all.
you can tell it's beautiful.
We cleaned it all. We put new foam
God, you have
in the
belts?
seats.
Well, did we have seat belts?
Yes, you did. Yeah, that was standard equipment in '67.
Well, we
Yeah.
never used them.
Well, hey, that was back then, you know. Exactly.
We never used seat belts. I think I had them in my Mustang, but I don't think we ever.
Yeah.
Kids never used them.
So yeah, we put new carpeting in.
Yeah, that
New,
was good.
new carpeting, new headliner, and cleaned the dash. Cleaned all. This is all original. Just cleaned it all up really good. You know,
Yeah,
so
looks good.
it stayed really nice actually. I mean, other than the
Well,
mouse
and the
damage.
shift in the. I said to Jennifer, if it's hot, we can crank the windows down.
Exactly. Yes.
God, when was the last time you had to crank a window down?
Yep. Remember the vent windows? You pop them open.
All right.
You know, to get a little cool air coming in. You know. So yeah, the interior came out nice. All the
Yes,
gate.
it really did, and actually the outside looks good.
Yeah, it shined up pretty good. You know, it's not. It's original. It's faded.
This looks great.
Yeah, the top came out nice.
I mean, it really didn't get much damage. Oh, and you fixed the windshield. Okay.
Yep, brand new windshield. And it's nice, you know, the car really doesn't have any collision damage. You know, he took
No.
really good care of it.
Oh yeah.
You know, just sun damage from the sun.
Yeah.
So obviously the majority of the work is under the hood. You know, getting the car up and
Would
running
mean
again.
nothing to me, but I know.
But yes.
You did whatever had to be done.
And unfortunately the engine was lock solid. You know,
Oh, I'm sure.
we couldn't get it to turn over at all. So we rebuilt the complete engine, we rebuilt the carburetor, all new parts internally, pistons, camshaft, everything. And we added power brakes to make it a little easier to drive.
Okay.
And that's what that gold thing is. That's the power brakes.
All right.
And he already ordered power steering, so you have power steering, new battery, new cables, all new wiring under the hood.
I knew we had power steering.
New radiator, new cap, all new hoses, and we also repainted all this. That was something
Yeah, it looks clean.
you requested, yeah. You know, so we just did what it needed. We just got done putting that new wiper motor
Are
on.
you gonna put the?
Hood insulation?
Yeah.
We could if you want.
Someday.
Yeah, I didn't think it was necessary right now.
Okay, if it's not necessary, then.
Yeah.
Because I noticed in the other picture Jennifer had that there wasn't the insulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chrome looks good.
Yeah, the chrome cleaned up nice, and everything's still original. The only thing I did, the hubcaps were really rough. So I went upstairs and I picked out a nicer set of huge hubcaps and just upgraded them. Because they were so crusty, it wasn't even worth the time to clean them. So so we could say those are the original hubcaps. But
I guess I'd forgotten there was rust.
a little rust, yeah, it's not terrible. But you know, hey, it saw what, probably 10 Illinois winters, you know, so it's bound to have some rust.
wow is the word.
Good for you. Okay, you're in first. Oh man, here we go. Good for you. Good for you.
Well, it feels, see, Jennifer said it felt unnatural. It feels natural to me.
Yeah.
Because that's what we drove. But
Yes.
I'm sorry, it's going to be rough.
No, you're fine. You're doing great.
It's hard.
You're doing great. And it's power brakes too.
Yeah.
You know?
See, she's not, we had these.
Yeah. Problem? I think you hit forward, but that's good.
Yeah.
I'll put it in second. That'd be good.
Well, sometimes when I was sitting on the console, I chipped.
Oh yeah.
You'd say, okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, it ease my mind. Imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together.